So what happens now if you've got a negative exponent and look at this, yay, okay, a fraction up there as well. Well, do it step by step. You know that the negative here just takes this guy and reciprocates it. But the power is the same. The only difference is now that you've reciprocated, now that you've flipped it, this guy here becomes a positive. Okay, notice how it became a positive here. Okay, so flip it, gets rid of the exponent negative here, turns it into a positive. Now just go back and do the exact same thing you did before. Flower power. Do you remember it? Flower power. There's the flower, there's the roots. Okay, so this means you have a 5 over the 4. 5 over the 4. So 4 is your root, 5 is your power. So you can express this thing now as the fourth root of 1 over 16 all to the power of 5. There you go. Easy peasy, right? Okay, just watch the steps. Let's do it again. There's the negative exponent. So this means it's now 1 over 8. The only thing that changes is this thing becomes a positive. Then again, there's your flower power. There's your flower, there's your root, right? So the cubed root of 1/8 to the power of 2. Now, it doesn't say evaluate, it just says express as a radical. So that's what I did right there, okay? Now, look at the next part. This part says to evaluate. So we've got a little bit more work to do here. Okay, perfect. First things first, there's the negative. Tells you to flip it. So this now becomes 4 over 9. The power stays the same. Notice that the power does not change. It's still 5 over 2. You don't flip this, you flip the base. You flip that guy. Okay? Now, this says to take the square root and then to the 5th power. Okay? The square root of the whole monster to the 5th power. That's what this says because this is flower power, remember. Well, this is easy to do because you know the square root of 4 is just 2, the square root of 9 is just 3, and this is going to be an exponent of 5. Well, that's what messes us up a little bit, but we can do this. If you count on your fingers, you can do this with me. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. There you go. Now, 2 to the 5 might, or 3 to the 5 might be a little bit tougher, so I'm going to bring the calculator up for that one. 3 to the 5, there we go, we'll do it nice and quick, is 243. So there's your answer. There's your answer. That is this 9 over 4 to the negative 5 over 2 actually becomes this guy right here. Let's do one more example and see how this works. Look how beautiful this one is. Take a look at it. Again, this means negative. This means flip. Flower power. There's the power. There's the root. Okay? The power is to the 1, and oh my goodness, that just means to square root this. The square root of 36 over 25, easy peasy. 6 over 5. There's your answer. You're done.